Welcome everyone, out of the woo here, the hustle and bustle of Manhattan.
I love it.
With Tampa J. As the recording of this Tuesday, May 16th?
The 16th,
2023.
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Piping hot and a cold caffeinated beverage. We are heading over to Queens, New York, via the subway here at Grand Central Station, where our Tampa Bay Rays will be taking on the Mets. Another stadium to knock off the list.
It's funny you're wearing purple because I think we're taking the purple train out to Queens. Yeah.
Purple train to Queens. Also, this will be kind of a double episode because you and I both Disney folk. We're kind of like the folklore, the history of Disney. The 1964 World's Fair, which needs no introduction for Disney fans, happened right next to the Mets Citi Field Stadium. So we're covering that too?
Yeah, I'll be out there enjoying all the Disney stuff. Yeah, it's really hallowed ground for Disney fans.
It is.
The Carousel of Progress.
And where are the Rays in the standings right now?
Best team in baseball, baby.
As the recording of this, best team in baseball, record-wise.
That's right.
By like 5 or 6 games over the entire rest of the league.
We have played a lot of great teams, too.
That's true. All right, I'm inviting you to join me and Tampa J here in New York City over to Queens. Shall you? Heading over to Queens. Another borough. We went to the Bronx the other day. We've been in Manhattan. Now we're heading over to Queens. Passing by this vehicle, the MTA, Metropolitan Transportation Authority, with the eagle up top there. It's subway time. Yeah, take a look at this when we're walking in. There's some little cookies for sale over here with a New York City taxi, a Metro card, a smiley face. Pretty cool when you walk in. There's this little area. There's the Grand Central clock. It's about 12:20. Oh, it's moving, just like the celebration clock. I wonder if the celebration clock misses me. And interesting, this New York clock is cleaner and less smudges and easier to see than the celebration one, which is kind of surprising. Celebration one's a little foggy. All right, we're going to the purple train. I should also mention that Tampa J has not washed this jersey yet.
Nope, not doing it.
He's not washed it, and the Rays are doing good. Also, I have not been to a Rays game this season that the Rays have lost. So I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, we are going into the bowels, the nether regions of the subway, like 3 levels down underground. This is down. The nether regions of NYC. Taking a look at the standings, how's this moment? Tampa Bay is 31-11. Baltimore's in second place in the AL East with 26-15. But Tampa Bay is the only one that's anywhere near 30 wins right now. Even in the other divisions, Atlanta's pretty close with 26, but the Rays are 5 games even ahead of that. So I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Again, it's early, but a W is a W, even this early in the season.
I start at 5 in the morning, though, you know? I'm early bird. Yeah, I love yeah, I actually, when I get out late, yeah, I'm busy now. Yeah.
Look at that. Holy cow. That's awesome. Okay, getting off this one. And we've arrived over at the Citi Field exit. In fact, you can see the top of Citi Field right there. We're gonna head over there momentarily to Citi Field right there. First, we're gonna walk across this boardwalk to Flushing Meadow Park, home of the '64 World's Fair. I've wanted to check this spot out for a long time, being a Disney fan. Now, there is a little bit of a guide map. I also have a few photos that I'm gonna try to match up. But here is Flushing Meadows Park, and it kind of just shows the general area. And there's something called the Unisphere, which is still there. It's like a big globe that centralizes where everything was. So it wasn't just Disney stuff, obviously. There was a lot of other things too, but there was a lot of key elements when it came to Disney that Walt wanted to unleash upon the world. So over where Fountain of the Planets was, I believe right here was Carousel of Progress, and then over here in this corner was It's a Small World. Those are like the two big ones. And then down here was an attraction that eventually turned into what the People Mover is now. And this was all here on this site before it was put into Disneyland and then eventually Magic Kingdom. So right here, Carousel of Progress, right here, It's a Small World. Take a look at this, Fountain of the Planets from the year of the World's Fair. Not sure if this mosaic mural has been here since 64, but it is dated 64 there. You'll be able to see where that was too. All right, no joke, I had no idea the size and magnificence of the Unisphere right here. This thing, hey, look at the guy going by on the bike right there. This thing is massive. I mean, this thing is like a skyscraper all its own. I just thought it was gonna be like a small globe in the fountain, but this is next level. Yeah, if you ever come here, you will be blown away by the size of that globe. That is completely a lot more magnificent than I was expecting. And these are pretty iconic as well. This section back over in here, which is the opposite way of where Carousel of Progress was in Small World. But there was another Disney exhibit past these. And I believe these are recreated at Universal Studios Florida, these little pylons right here. I am holding the world in my palm of my hands. Looking at this little guide map, so what I'm just showing was the New York State area. So there was just lots of different areas around here. You can see the Unisphere over in this direction, and then the New York State areas, which are right in front of me, which are just kind of empty and abandoned at this point. There is a stairwell to the top of it. You see people have spray painted up there. It's kind of rusted out. But this is looking at the top of that tower right up there. I guess it was an overlook of some sort, but now a very iconic structure out here. Even the remains of an old stadium over here around the back of those pillar items. Wow, just a massive vastness of open area out here. So the World's Fair stretched all the way that way, obviously where I just was, looking over that way, past the big Unisphere globe, and all the way that direction. I mean, it is a huge expansive area of land. And directly under these are some of the original water fountains. There's not a lot of original stuff, a lot of original relics back here, but you can see these water fountains, very unique to the time frame. And look at the little stands here for the youngins to like get up on top of.
Looks like you stand to the side.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to trick out of that.
Yeah, it's got some, it's got a little bird dung in it.
Some doo-doo.
Okay, looking at this old aerial image, so right over in this corner is kind of what I showed. You could kind of see the little pillars there in that old stadium. We walked in from this way, so we're gonna go across the parkway, which is a busy freeway, and then cut across a side road. Now, most of this is gone, but I want to see if any of the concrete remains from the Ford Magic Skyway building, which was over there, which was the original People Mover. Kind of using these as landmark to get the bearings. The People Mover didn't come to Disneyland until '67, 3 years before it originally debuted in its own kind of interesting incarnation. It evolved just a little bit before it hit Disneyland and then later Magic Kingdom. But it stood right over there on the other side of the freeway. Mind-blowing. Okay, we passed over the freeway there. We went up across the Avenue of Transportation. I flipped this photo guide map upside down. And right over here is the Ford Pavilion. Right where the road kind of turns. It's now, looks like it's used for a parking area. But right there was where the future People Mover was. And the road's still the same, how it kind of just bows this way at an angle. There's a fork in the road that direction, and right over there is where the Magic Skyway, Ford's Magic Skyway. There's also this map, which has some handwritten notes from Marty Sklar before he passed on, and it shows, I'm going to kind of go off of some of this stuff he jotted down. I found this on the interwebs as well. Ford's Magic Skyway, original People Mover. Walt Disney. And just not too far from there is the original Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln. What the heck? These guys are doing wheelies through the park there. Look at this. He's got a good wheelie going. They all got good wheelies going on. So this looks like it might have been original as well. But over in that parking area is where the Magic Skyway was. And then you continue on, go back over the parkway. That's where Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln was. Whoa! Spaceship Earth over there? Not true. That's totally not. I'm just making that up. That's actually the zoo. It's actually a newer zoo. Well, now that I say that, could that be, look on the map?
That's pretty old, dude.
All right, I could be.
Yeah, that's got some age to it.
Maybe they just repurposed this for the zoo.
Let me check that map, yeah.
Let me check the map. All right, I'm gonna say no because it would be right over here in this almost like, it looks like almost like a pathway. So that was built post 64, you'd be able to see it in this aerial. But right here, that is the Ford Magic Skyway, which was right over there, directly behind, well, in front of where this very unique structure is. So it must have been built for the zoo. This is a nice discovery. This has to be from 64.
Right.
Look at that.
It's a globe. It's the World's Fair, right? Gotta be world history. See the globe right there.
All right, credit to Imagineering Disney online. My friend Gary Hall from WDW Kingdom Cast just sent me some photos. Take a look at this. This railing is still here. These photos online, Imagineering Disney. Yeah, this is awesome. This railing is still going over the freeway, and you see the Ford Pavilion right there. And that's using it as a landmark, just how far we've already traversed. And it appears to be the same poles through here from an angle kind of like that on that photo I just showed. This is just blowing my mind right now. Okay, now crossing over the freeway there. As soon as you cross over, you pass a little access road, and right on the right is Walt Disney's Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Should be right in here. All right, it assumes as if there's been a lot of new construction, but looking at the maps, it was right over there. There's a huge tennis center over there now. And the photos I kind of saw that just didn't really match up, but right over there was Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln. And these were all tram routes through here. All of these areas, all these streets were tram routes for the the World's Fair here in New York. This is definitely a pilgrimage. Anyone that's really into Disney history, especially the history of Disneyland and Disney World and the attractions, should probably come out to. And I'm kind of disappointed in myself that it took this long to do this, because this is hallowed ground. Definitely hallowed ground when it comes to the Disney fandom. I'd probably put this up with going to Marceline. I would say go to Marceline, go to New York, Queens, to this spot. There's two big ones when it comes to history. There's someone skating in the pool over there underneath the Unisphere. Unisphere, New York section. Lots of relics still out here. Highly recommend visiting this if you're in the area. Go to New York, swing over here, take the subway, drive it. There's even parking. Check this out. Disney History 101, right here. Now, because I'm standing in the foreground, it looks like this isn't that big. Come in here, Jay.
Got it.
How big would you say that is? Just, oh, you lost it.
No.
So did you expect that to be the size and magnitude that you thought it was going to be?
The first time I came out here, no.
Yeah.
I forgot though.
It's
I forgot
huge.
how big it is.
I mean, it's like a towering building. Massive. I mean, look at the size of those little humans right there.
100 feet in the air at least. Holy cow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa J pointed this out.
Walked right over it.
Court of States. So you think maybe because Lincoln was in this area?
Maybe.
Maybe
yeah.
That's why they deemed this area the Court of States, with Great Moments Mr. Lincoln over there.
Kind of American theme.
Now approaching the fountains of the fairs. Looked on the guide map, and they're still here. The fountains of the fairs over here. Now just dried up pools. No water in these at all. It's like a reflecting pond almost with no water. Fountains of the fairs. Where these pigeons are is the court of the universe, or was. And then the pool of industry, which is this massive pond, pool right here. And according to the notes, right over there is Carousel of Progress. And then a little further over there was It's a Small World. And on the other side of the pool of industry, past this little unique structure, on the other side of the waterway was a phone that you could call into Disneyland, because Disneyland opened in '55. This World's Fair was 9 years later, even though People Mover, Carousel of Progress, Small World did not open on opening day of Disneyland. It opened, you know, after the World's Fair. Those attractions opened after the World's Fair. But right over there on the other side of that, you could call over to Disneyland from New York City. And these pigeons right here, they weren't around then. That's a pretty impressive view right there. Man, it must have been just amazing to be out here when all this was going on. More of the original fountains. So just picture back in '64, walking over here, hydrating yourself, and then after you get done getting a little H2O, you turn back this way, and right in this grassy patch was the OG Carousel of Progress.
What? No
right here.
way. Oh.
This is the spot. Right there.
Holy cow.
Right where those trees are growing up, connecting with the pool over there, this little grass, non-berm, because it's not berming up. Carousel of Progress. One of my favorite attractions. Not at Disneyland anymore, now that's Launch Bay, which is kind of weird. But at Magic Kingdom, it's still there. Thank goodness. Now here is a photo. Check out this little transportation device down here, which is exactly where we are standing.
Ooh.
So basically that kind of weird transportation device was just zipping along right here. Think that thing's in storage?
I hope so.
Yeah. Probably on, so I was probably selling it, eBay or
It's
something.
in pieces.
You've discovered it.
This is amazing.
That is pretty awesome, man.
Avenue of Progress. Marking the area. There's like a picture of that.
So Carousel of Progress is about 100 yards that way. And if you turn this direction, right over here past these other water fountains, according to the map, Small World was about 20, 30 yards, well, probably 50 yards that direction past the water fountains. So if you continue from where I just was, those water fountains were there, and it's the last section before you reach the now freeway over here, so it's the last little chunk. And take a look who the sponsor was. Pepsi Cola. You can't get a Pepsi anywhere on Disney property anymore. Interesting how things changed. They were, Small World was sponsored by Pepsi. A little more than 50 or 100 yards, probably like 300 yards from those water fountains, but it was right over here in this corner, this little wedge right here was Small World. Rolly Crump, Mary Blair, Walt Disney, all right in here creating all this. And I was hoping maybe there'd be some concrete work, some of the foundations left, but really nothing other than the original water fountains and a couple of the street signs and those globes, the little concrete globes. But this is just hallowed ground when it comes to Disney history. And yet another photo from Small World. You can see the trees have grown up. This used to be a tram route through here. Now there are people riding bikes and skateboarding through this area. But this is the best angle. Obviously these trees have grown up over the decades. Right over there. Also, fun fact, they have parts of the World Fair 64 Small World at Hollywood Studios, and they also have the original Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln. And what is that place called in there?
The Hall of Presidents?
No, not the Hall of Presidents, the museum that when you go to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, One Man's Dream?
One Man's Dream.
Sorry.
I almost said Walk in Walt's Footsteps. Walk in Walt's Footsteps, that's the tour of Disneyland. One Man's Dream at Hollywood Studios. They have chunks of items that were here. They have the decorative ornate pieces from Small World. And then the piece that was Abraham Lincoln from Great Moments over there, now in Florida. Yeah, this piece here is what I'm talking about. Jay was just noticing too. I think that's Carousel of Progress back there off in the distance. Which would be right that way. Wild. Not seeing a date stamp on anything out here.
No, these could be original.
You think they are?
Could be. Just because of the groundwork. It kind of looks like the curve and everything.
Yeah.
They look very mid-century, like spaceship-ish.
So that Small World photo, there were benches on the other side over there that have been removed, but possibly this is the same era.
Some original paint. I don't know.
Jay has a very keen eye. It's a kind of sort of hidden Mickey right here. And I know this has nothing to do with Disney, but it is very interesting that there is a D.
I know, I was looking it up.
I mean, Disney was only 1/30th.
I thought the same thing.
You know, 1/30th of the exhibits that were out here, so definitely not, but that's just kind of a weird
It kind of looks like the Disney
coincidence. It does. All right. Jay is on a mission to find all these.
These are amazing.
Eisenhower Promenade.
These were here.
Yeah. Do you know Eisenhower is the one we have to thank for the interstate system?
Yeah, it's part of the New Deal.
You know, because every image I've ever seen, so look at Mickey and Pinocchio, the rabbit there from Alice, doesn't make it look like the Unisphere, the big globe, is as magnificently large as it really is, but it is. And there's a big sculpture down there in front of it now, across this empty pool. I don't know if that probably was added later after 64, but yeah. All right, heading over to the game. The Hoover Promenade. Hoover Promenade. Again, Carousel, Small World. Court of the Moon. Now we're just finding more and more of these things. That's no moon. It's a space station. So that's a bush. It's a bush.
Oh, that is a bush.
Wow, check this out. We're walking back over the stadium. This is an Andy Warhol 64. And this is a Dali, Salvador Dali, Venus.
Oh, wow.
As we're going back over the boardwalk, over to Citi Field, these little kind of unique Art Deco like archways was the entrance in. I'll be able to match up one more as well. Oh, what's this? City of New York. Oh, there we go. Site of the New York World's Fair.
Oh, nice.
It also, the World's Fair was here in 39 to 40, but also 64 to 65.
Neat.
Flushing Meadows. All right, heading over to the game. Yeah, it almost looked like they had some sort of like opening ceremony or like a little dance, something going on out front. But that is kind of leading in. This will be the last thing I show from the World's Fair. Can't tell if there's any characters in there or not, or just people in raincoats. Which would have been right about in this general area. Oh, is this leftover? This might be leftover Q area. This has got to be leftover Q because look at the type of architecture this is. It's exactly the same as over there. This has got to be from 64. Everyone queuing up. Just repainted. Obviously just repainted.
Mets colors, yeah.
We did the Yankees game the other day. It was a day game. This is a night game. First pitch is at 7:10, I believe. It's a little overcast and a little breezy. It's gonna be nice. Never walked into a baseball game across the boardwalk before. There it is. Citi Field. Oh, I see a big apple over here. There is a big apple that has the words home run on it in front. Oh, there are some sculptures out front. I see Tom Seaver over here. All right, this is the Shea Stadium home run apple. Mets debuted the home run apple behind the center field wall of Shea Stadium back in '81. Part of the club's Magic is Back marketing campaign. And now it sits here. I also heard that the original home plate of Shea Stadium is somewhere around here. Yeah, I really like how with when it comes to me going to baseball games and stuff, I'm really branching out into a lot of away stadiums. I think this is number 12 for me, 12 stadiums while rooting for the Rays, including Tropicana Field. So yeah, a total of 12. See, I'm standing under a branch. I've been branching out. Now it's still early enough. This section of the parking lot is not filled up yet. You see the subway we came in on over there. So a gentleman over there by the Big Apple alerted me that the original home plate of Shea was over here, Shea Stadium before Citi Field. I think I see it.
You see it? Where's it at?
I think I see the Shea, Jay.
Shea?
It's right over here. I can see the plane. Yeah, this is wild. Is this it?
Wow.
This is it. Oh, that's first base.
Okay, first base.
Okay, where's first? There's second. That's probably the pitching rubber right over there.
Spotted it.
There it is. You see it?
It's right there.
Let's get the pitching rubber here. 60 feet 6 inches from home. There it is. Look at that. Dude, the pitching rubber right here. So Shea Stadium evidently was active until 2008.
2008.
And then home plate. I'm a fastball rolling in, or maybe a curve or a slider, a changeup. In that era, you know, a knuckleball was still a thing. I don't see knuckleballs too much anymore. Site of Shea Stadium home plate. Right there. That is cool. So you said you played catcher?
I played catcher like Mike Piazza was.
Yeah, so Mike Piazza was your Met?
He was my vet.
Yeah.
I liked him. I was playing catcher as a kid when he was playing.
Remember Gary Carter? He was a catcher also.
Yeah.
I think of Darryl Strawberry stood right here at this plate.
Yeah. This is great, man.
Pretty wild.
Another home plate.
Dwight Gooden over there on the mound. Doc or Dwight, depending on which card you had.
Okay.
Dwight Gooden might have been a little before your time.
I think so.
Yeah. I never knew how to refer to him as, Dwight or Doc. Never met the guy, but I had his cards. I love when stadiums do this.
Wow, look at that ball. To home plate.
Wonder what happens when Tropicana Field gets torn down. Will they
Something like
build
this.
it elsewhere and put a little indentation in the sidewalk for home plate?
I hope they do. I hope they don't just build a condo or something.
And I've added this to my list, my 12th stadium while rooting for the Rays. Now I've been to like 3 or 4 more stadiums, but the Rays weren't playing. I'm trying to eventually, over the next couple of years, knock off every stadium while they're rooting for the Rays. This is my list. Of course, Tropicana Field, top of the list because that's their home stadium. So 1 home plus 11 away. I've been to 12 stadiums rooting for the Rays and growing. 12 and on. I love all these little historical documentations. The Miracle Mets, October 16th, 1969. They win the 69 World Series. That's a lot of strikeouts. 19 in one day.
That's amazing.
That's nuts.
On Earth Day too.
Dang, I remember this. Mid-80s when I was really getting into baseball cards. Lenny Dykstra's home run in Game 3 of the 86 National League Championship Series. He used to have his cards too. Got Seaver here too as well, with the home run apple off in the distance. Pretty dang cool, man. I noticed Yankee Stadium, there was no sculptures of any of their players, at least from what I had seen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this stadium a lot. I already like the vibe out here. But I have one question.
Are those petunias?
Nailed it. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet setup walking into the main veranda here, the main lobby, going up the escalator. I really like this like gateway in. Got the programs and yearbooks over there. Then you got the escalator. On the way up the escalator, we were on Bally Sports. I don't know if it's gonna air or anyone's gonna see it, but they were like, hey, we're trying to get some Tampa Bay Rays folks on Bally Sports. So maybe we'll make it on Bally Sports Entertainment. Check out that Mets car right there too. Looks like they have some people out on the warning track there behind home plate. Yeah, everybody's out here. Look at this. This is gonna be great. I like this stadium a lot. 122, row 1, seat 11 and 12. These are our seats right here. Looking up and looking around. There's Randy Rosarina right there. There's Randy right there.
Yeah, Randy's right there.
There's Bethencourt. There's Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
There's Linares. He's former, he was third base coach last year now. He's usually behind Cash in the dugout.
All right.
Dude, look who's throwing batting practice. It's freaking Cash.
Cash is throwing batting practice?
Kevin's actually throwing batting practice.
Is. Look at that.
That's cool.
Former Rays player, now coach. And also, he played high school baseball in Tampa.
Oh, is that Wander going in? I think Wander's going into the batting cage.
Harold Ramirez is over there signing autographs.
All right, this is cool. Up top, they got these vintage baseball cards. I used to have a couple of these. I had this Darryl Strawberry. That looks like a 1986 Topps card on the far end. I really like this setup. This Amazing Deli almost looks very New York. It's like textbook New York. It's got like graffiti on it. It's got stickers on it. It has over here, it has some wheat pasting slapped on the side. It has some gumball machines. It has Mr. Met there. It has the neon. It has everything. Amazing Deli. That is really cool theming right there. There's an old school Keith Hernandez 86. I remember that era of the Mets right there. Very well done, the theming through here. Check this out, this neon NY Mets here. There's like a Mets store book over here. And it just looks like you would see when you're like walking through, you know, any of the boroughs. You would see like some of the buildings, the electrical box. You got the shoes up top there. Got the little bobblehead. Got the Coca-Cola. Even check out this theming. A little bird relic. That is nicely done. Very nicely done. And they have a Big Apple in center field here next to the batter's eye as well. And the Rays are still out there over in the outfield. Giving some toss-ups and hitting some balls. All right, we're kind of walking through center field, and I really like the neon they have going on over. They have like a neon sign above the Shake Shack, and the mascots are out, and like a little fan fest they have going on throughout the course of the game. There's nobody over here, so I went over here and met the mascots. They were a little disappointed that I was wearing Rays gear, but I think they'll be okay. They got a picture with myself and Tampa J also while we were over here. And this bridge is Shea Bridge right here. Take a look. I always love these kind of like old Americana type of bridges. This is Shea Bridge. This is the information. Was this like a real bridge?
I want to say, hey, it doesn't say it here, but it's indicating that it might be.
So Shea was inducted to the Mets Hall of Fame in '83, and the name Shea is honored alongside the Mets retired numbers on the outfield wall. And also he has Shea Bridge. Yeah, I'm really liking, Jay and I are really liking this field a lot. Wow, check that out over there. Okay, we are heading into the Delta Sky 360, which I realize is named after the airline Delta, but these comes with the seats that we got. The Delta Sky 360 Door F. Let's get some food. I just talked to the hostess. She was saying that there is more of a deli style, buffet style that's still part of the Delta Lounge down this way. I'm kind of curious to see how it is, because I don't think we have time for like a sit-down meal. Yeah, I'm here for the game, but I would definitely like to access the lounges. It did come with the now it's definitely not complimentary. You definitely have to, it's also just kind of like an easier access area. But they got the hot dogs, they got the burgers and fries, chicken tenders, souvenir cups, Mr. Frosty. This area over here has sweets, cookies, cotton candy, Mets themed lollipops and whatnot. I haven't had a hot dog in a while, so maybe go with the Nathan hot dog basket. You get the regular one here, or you can get the fries, or you can get the combo, or you get the chicken tenders and fries, or the burger. I think they have salad options over here too. Oh, build your own salad. Here we go. Yeah, they have build your own salad. Assortment of petite lettuce, farm fresh, gluten-free. Maybe I'll get a salad. I think I'm gonna get a salad. Even from this angle, it looks like there's too many bad seats in this stadium. I really like this stadium. I really do. This is pretty interesting. Both the teams' bullpens are in the same area, kind of over in right center right down here. Not on either side. It's more interesting right center. So you got this little area here, you got a bullpen there, and you got a bullpen right here.
This loss with the passing of Dave Wills, the longtime radio voice of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Wow, they're honored.
Please join us for a moment of silence as we honor his memory. Thank you. On December 2nd, 2021, 9-year-old Madison Faith Milio left her family and friends to become an angel after a courageous battle with DI.
I wanted to show this photo of Jay and I with the mascots. They're covering up our logos on the hats.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Speaking of good one, these seats aren't too bad. They're kind of low down. You kind of have to like look up a little bit to see third, but see the guys. We're gonna be standing a little bit as the kind of race start to do pretty well. I do like. Oh, I hear a cowbell. Is Cowbell Max over there? Dude, I hear a cowbell. Dude, I hear a cowbell.
So you hear?
I'm also noticing they put the Big Apple away. Evidently when the Mets hit a home run, the apple springs and pops up. All right, that's strange. There's a Mets person ringing the cowbell, almost like Cowbell Mix does of the Trop with two strikes. I guess the Mets do the cowbell thing too. That's different. Cowbell non-max. Faux Cowbell Max. A not as good as Cowbell Max. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go, baby, go, go, go. Off the wall, bring it in. Wander scores. Harold scores. 2-run RBI.
It's a home run. They're saying home run. Home run.
There it is.
Home run. Woo!
Beautiful.
All right.
Got some booze out here.
We got a home run, baby.
Got a few booze out here.
Yeah, it comes with the territory.
Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at Siri. Oh, Siri loves the chain. You see his necklace there.
Yeah, home run race.
Siri!
What's up, buddy? Look at that. Yeah. I thought that was a double, man. That was a homer. Oh, heads up. Coming in hot. That's yours, Siri. That's yours, Siri. I got Christian at third now, taking a pretty long lead over here. And Ramirez. Just need a quick little blooper. Get him in. Oh, that's it. Boom. There you go. The RBI for Harold. 4-0. Up a little golf clap over here from McClanahan. Oh, I don't think Citi Field is happy that I got popcorn. They're booing. They're booing me right now. We both got popcorn.
Cheers.
They're booing us because we got Mets popcorn? What?
Yeah, I'm supporting the Mets economy because they have one of the biggest payrolls in the game, like 5 times what the Rays have, but yet the Rays are winning this game. That's wow.
Their budget's $330 million. Ours is 73.
Wow. Cartwheels coming across here. There it goes. Go, Siri. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Save! Yeah! Siri.
That was awesome. Siri, baby. Hey, Siri. Good shout, too.
Guy behind me has some booze going on. Just need one out for the Rays to win this one. There it is. There it is. It's over. Rays win. Rays win. The Rays win. Still the best team in baseball. Well, you have never watched this jersey since this whole season. I haven't been to a game. You haven't been to a game that the Rays have lost so far. I think we're a good luck charm. I think we are the Rays right now. Best team in baseball at the moment. Everyone says the season is early, but you know what? The season is creeping along nicely, and they just keep winning, and they have a good record going on at the moment. Seeing all the guys coming in there. We got Jose Siri, we got Manny Margot coming in. Oh, there's Stu right there. Stu Sternberg just walking in, owner of the Rays. He's giving some high fives as well. There's Wander coming in right here. Here's Brandon Lau. Here's Isak Paredes. Here's Taylor Walls.
Get out of there!
Oh, that guy's getting yelled at.
What's your problem?
Wow. The security's not happy. Oh, looks like Manny's going to toss a ball up now. Manny's about to toss this ball up. There we go. He's launching it. He's launching it back. Ooh, that guy likes Manny. So I thought that was a weed eater at first, but actually it's a vacuum. They're pulling it off of there. And then you got the lawnmower over there in the distance. It's just like using it to like kind of grate the dime in the infield. But that's like a reverse. That's like a reverse leaf blower. It's like it's sucking up the dirt. Yeah. I think the word is getting around that you haven't washed that jersey.
Someone just yelled at me.
Someone just said, wash
that jersey, Jay.
No, don't wash it ever. Except as the season goes on, I might get a different seat than sitting next to you, but I'll still be at the same games.
I like it.
We might be an odor as time goes on.
Could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Febreze and Axe, that's what it is. That's the secret to victory.
It totally slipped my mind, but I met a nice guy inside, said hi to us a couple times, and he said, "Oh yeah, I know you like the Beatles," and I totally knew it happened, but I slipped my mind. He reminded me, you should go out to second base where the stage was when the Beatles played at Shea Stadium. So I'm gonna go find the second base. Evidently it was like a little farther on the diamond. So I'm gonna go back over there and show where the Beatles played for Shea. I think second base. The original Shea Stadium is right over here. So evidently this is where the stage was set up for the Beatles. Fab Four performed on. If this is possibly second base. Nope. Oh yeah, second base right here. There it is. The Beatles. Did a John Lennon video yesterday. Seen the footage from them playing at Shea. It's probably one of their most famous stadium concerts. Wow. Legendary. Next to the spot where the new Citi Field is. You think of the Beatles. Right here.
Second base would have been the stage.
In fact, the crowd was so loud, you couldn't even really hear what they were singing.
Oh, wow.
Because the cheers and screams were just so loud.
I've seen a lot of Beatles history this year. Cheers there.
Back at the room. Tampa Bay Rays won against the New York Mets. It was a good day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Also covered some Disney history over at the 1964 World's Fair spot. That was pretty dang cool. See you in the next video. The vlog is over.